Hey guys, Danny Ray, LifeTelesales.com and LifeTelesalesMentor.com. Hope you're doing well. Today we're going to speak about themed leads and where your leads come from and what kind of script you should be using for your leads. Very, very important. Also, if you enjoy our channel, please click the subscribe button. Also, if you don't ever want to miss any content that we go ahead and drop, please click the bell icon at the bottom. This way you get some notifications. Also, keep in mind this channel is specifically and solely for assisting the life insurance telesales agent to get to the next level by approaching in a very simplistic and efficient way, using automations, basically making your daily telesales business extremely simple, keeping it simple, all right, and being successful to do it, and getting to the point where you're writing mid six figures a year or more. All right, so again, subscribe, share with your friends that might see some value with this. All right, so with that said, let's focus on themed leads, okay? Now, what I mean by themed leads is there's only a handful of places where you're going to get your lead from, right? It's either going to be Facebook short form, long form landing page leads, telemarketing leads, SEO leads, web leads. I mean, there's only a handful. TV call-in leads, direct transfers, things of that nature. All right, so I'm going to focus on the ones that are pretty much mainstream now and the ones that I enjoy and why. All right, so let's first and foremost focus on the leads I don't really like. TV call-in leads I'm not a big fan of because you don't know who you're talking to, number one. Number two, my opinion, I just visualize somebody sitting in their ass all day and calling every 800 number they see on TV, okay, in between the game show channel, okay? Normally, they're not too active, things of that nature. Not to say that they might be good clients, but me personally, that type of client usually is on a very, very small fixed income. They also get major health issues in some cases. Okay, they're not really savvy with technology. So again, me personally, a TV lead is not my favorite. Okay, but also the most important is with a TV lead. Okay, you don't have control of the conversation right off the bat. The person calling the 800 number does. Just give me a quote, or your commercial said it was $9.95 or whatever the case the commercial says. Okay, so immediately it puts the agent on the defensive, right? And I would say most cases. All right, and the way that you have to do that, you have to transition to control by asking good questions and basically extinguishing any kind of concerns they have in the beginning, and then circle around and loop around to ask good questions. Okay, get them off the topic of the commercial that they've seen. All right, and then at that point you go through the conversation. So it's more of a it's not a quick and easy sale. Okay, as far as getting right to the point and everything else, you have to go ahead and lead them to where you want them to go, ask good questions, gain rapport, fact find, do intelligence gathering, things of that nature, find their pain point. So it's a little more involved with that, right? You don't know if they ever seen rates, if it's the first time. So that particular type of lead, okay, there's a specific script for that, okay? You can't use an SEO landing page script where somebody's Google searching and clicked an ad and filled out a form and seen rates. You can't use the same script, okay? It's got to be something different. It's a different theme, right? The other thing is Facebook short form leads. Those are the old school leads that Facebook used to be flooded with. A lot of people use it still to this day. Those are the ones that you click on an ad and it self-populates all their information and they call a lead, okay? That particular type of lead is something, to me personally, it's like 8-track tape. It's like 2019, 2018. It's back when Facebook really weren't tightening down. Now you have to be a legitimate business to be able to get any leeway when it comes to Facebook leads, okay? Whether it's short form or a long form. All right. So that's a specific kind of lead. So you could gain control with those Facebook short form leads right off the beginning, but it's also you got to do a little more nurturing and fact finding and asking good questions. You got to figure out their pain point. You got to make them agree that the pain point. You really got to ask good questions to figure out what's their motivation here, right? They clicked on an ad. It was self-populated. They seen some casket, okay, and they clicked on learn more call to action. Okay, so it's not a get quote call to action. It's more of a learn more. So you have to address that. You could get better control from those leads, in my opinion. All right, but again, you're getting to a certain point where you have to do a little more fact finding. You're going to need to know. You got to get a little more. What's the pain point? Who are they thinking about with this? How much? What do they want to do? Do you want to do a burial, cremation, so on and so forth? So there's a specific script for that. Okay. In the masterclass, I have all the scripts for every theme lead in the masterclass. The ones I would use. Okay, and the ones I do use. All right. Also, telemarketing leads. These are what I would consider direct transfers. The overseas call centers, which are they're yesterday's news. I mean, with the FCC and certain laws they're putting in place, these people will be out of business in 2025. Okay. Again, the industry is changing with also the FCC, TCPA laws, and everything else. They're protecting the consumer. All right, so sooner or later, the only leads that are going to be really available are ones that they physically opt in and they know who's calling them. Okay, where again, all of our automations has that anyway. Okay, we're way ahead of that curve. All right, so again, telemarketing leads. Again, another script, direct transfer. Again, it's just. Whether it's a direct transfer or it's a telemarketing callback lead where you have a call center that, again, normally overseas is pounding the phone, these people, like pounding them, getting some information. Half the time you don't even understand what the guy's saying if you ever listen to one of those calls. And then you're calling up and hoping that they have some sort of an idea of what you're talking about, right? So, again, a very specific script for that as well. And the reason why I'm bringing this up is because you can't, when you're an agent, you got to find one lead that works. Okay, whether it's a TV lead, whether it's a telemarketing callback lead, whether it's a Facebook short form lead, or landing page leads, which I like, or SEO generated leads, which I like. I prefer to see a client seeing rates. Okay, I want to see them. They clicked on a button, they filled out a little bit of information, they clicked, see quotes, they see what rates are. Okay, and at that point, that's a lead. That's a lead for me. Okay, I like that. I get on the phone with them and I'll close them. Okay, if they go a little farther, like an application request, that's when they're pretty serious. They clicked apply. They added a little bit more information, so on and so forth, and then risk assessments and stuff like that. So again, there's a different kind of theme. Like those types of leads, like long form landing pages, SEO leads, it's more of a boom, boom, boom. I like that kind of sale. You gain control of the conversation, make them agree yes, go over what they looked at online, who's their beneficiary, health questions into the application. Boom. I like that. These types of calls and sales, I usually sell the person within 10 to 12 minutes. And then whatever the application process is with the carrier that's best for them, and again, I sell on value, you tack on anywhere from another 10 minutes to 30 or 40 minutes, depending who the application process is. All right, but again, every single lead theme has a different script. Now, you can't be an agent. Listen, the biggest thing, the way to fail, guys, is if you have multiple theme leads and you're jumping back and forth to each lead and you're doing different scripts and everything else. That is an ingredient to fail. You'll be out of this business quicker than you're in it. Okay. As an agent, you have to figure out which themed lead works best for you and stick with it. Don't be a lead hopper. There's not a successful agent in this industry that does that. Not one. Not one. I have not met him yet. Okay, so you have to specifically look at, if you're a telesales agent, you're going to say, okay, do I want to sit down all day and listen to my phone to ring and get a TV lead? Okay, and then go that route? Some agents like that. They like to sit down, the phone rings, gives them flexibility. Listen, if that's your cup of tea, I'm all for it. Okay, me personally, I don't like that. I'm a dialer. I like to dial. Okay, I'm a 90s old-fashioned sales guy. I like to get on the phone and pound it. All right, so again, whatever lead that you have success with, stick to it. Okay, again, and make sure you know your script in and out. All right, and build a career, build a business off that. Don't be hopping around. That's almost as bad as jumping from IMO to IMO. I mean, you're going to be out of the business in 2 years. It's just the way it is. I mean, I would probably say 90% of the people that leave the business is because of that reason right there. They don't have they're jumping around, they're using different leads. Think about this, man. I mean, you know yourself better than anybody does. Okay, how would you like to approach this? So again, make sure when you have themed leads, make sure you pick the one that you fits your personality. If you're a dialer, get the landing page leads. SEO. SEO is a little challenging because you have to build a website. There's a lot more to it than just hitting a switch. Facebook long form works well because you can get a lot of the lead gen systems I build for agents. That's the Facebook long form going to a landing page. It's in between a Facebook lead and an SEO lead. It's in the middle. So those are the kind of leads I like to prefer. But again, this video is strictly and solely talking about you got to know your script, guys. Going back to it, you got to know your script. Don't bounce around from each different lead vendor and different theme leads. Oh, I'm going to try the TV leads this week. Try the telemarketing callbacks this week. Transfers this week. SEO. You can't do that. That's an ingredients to fail. Total. It's like putting strychnine in your muffins. You're gonna, it's not gonna. Your business is gonna die. So again, whichever lead that you pick, stick with it. Give it time. Don't bounce around. Really, just go ahead and be submerged in it. Again, whether it's a TV lead, if you like sitting back and getting calls, that's your cup of tea. Knock yourself out. That's good. You're going to close 20% of those leads, if not more, 20 to 25%. Very good call ratio. Leads are usually 4 or 5 times more expensive, if not more, than a telemarketing lead or a Facebook long form lead. Okay, but you'll get the ROI there. You'll close 1 out of 3, 1 out of 4. Okay, 1 out of 5. All right. So the ROI is definitely there. All right. If it's clicking on a landing page lead and knowing that the client what the kind of rate they've seen, go that route. Okay. But what you don't want to do is hop around from different lead themes, trying different scripts for this one. You're just going to get all commingled. All right. So again, stick to one script, one themed lead, get great at your craft. Learn, make one less mistake a day, and you'll be successful ultimately. It's a guarantee. You cannot do something over and over and over again. Make one less mistake a day and not become better at it. It's against physics. However, if you don't give it a chance and you're jumping around, you're hopping around, think of it this way, and I'll leave on this note. If you take a flower and you plant in the ground and you nurture it, it's going to grow, right? But if you're planting it in the ground, ripping it out, replanting it, ripping it out, replanting it, by the 3rd or 4th replant, it's probably going to die. That's an agent jumping from theme lead to theme lead. Okay? That's an agent jumping from IMO to IMO. All right. So with that said, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you think it's any other agent out there can see value out of this video, feel free to share with them. All right? And I'll talk to you guys soon.